Welcome to Gospel Diaries, a platform that offers a unique avenue for artists to share their stories, express their thoughts, emotions, and personal journeys. Today we're in Phoenix, Arizona, with Brent Jones.
All week long. You gotta get to a place of worship where you don't care how you look and who's looking at you.
What's going on, Gospel Diaries? Listen, I am still in the city of Phoenix, Arizona, and I'm so excited to be here to bring you some more content from my heart to yours. But if you look to my right and this will be on your left, I don't know if you remember something like, we're gonna have a good time. All right.
Hey.
Listen, in my childhood, that song, man, BET wore that song out.
Yeah.
I saw that video so many times. I'm talking about none other than brother Brent Jones.
What's up,
of the
y'all?
TP Mobb.
What's up?
Help me. I appreciate it, man.
How you doing, man?
I'm good. How you feeling?
Now you know the remix to Good Time is on my new album, and it's called Good Time, the Chicago Steppin' remix. So you can revisit it again.
Yeah. You know, you give so many great songs, so many great messages.
Thank you.
You've been around for some time.
Yeah.
All these years of success, being in the industry, seeing the ins and the outs of the industry, what keeps you here?
What my passion for the music. I love gospel music. I love music, but gospel music is definitely my favorite. And I love what I do. You know, so if you're passionate about what you do, it doesn't feel grudgy. It doesn't feel like I gotta press and move. Now let me tell you, I've had some pressing moments where this industry will run you crazy. That's why you got to have passion that's beyond the industry. You got to have passion because that's what keeps you involved.
Oh yeah. So we must start here. Talk about your humble beginnings. Where you're from? How did you get your feet wet in the church?
Yeah. I was 7 years old, sitting in First AME Church in Pasadena, California, where I was born. Shout out to PHS, John Muir, and Blair, and Pasadena Christian School. That's my alma mater. Anyway, so I was sitting in the congregation with my parents. There was this dude up in the choir stand who was directing the choir, and every time he did this, the choir got big, and the time he did this, the choir got soft. I thought that was amazing. I thought that was purely amazing. And I looked at my parents. I said, I want to be in the choir. You know, I'm 7, so I don't know really what I'm saying, but I just knew I wanted to be that. I wanted to do that. And so my parents were like, okay, well, you need to learn how to play an instrument. I said, okay, I'll do it. Let's do piano.
Yeah.
That was a Sunday. By Friday, the piano was sitting in the family room. I started taking lessons that Monday, and my first 65 years of piano was probably first 5 years, all classical. So from 7 to 12, all I did was classical. So I learned Beethoven, I learned Bach and and all that stuff. Learn how to read music, learn how to, all that. And then I started taking jazz lessons and, chords. And then I remember a songbook was sitting on the piano. Love Alive 1.
You're not talking about the Hawkins, are you?
Walter Hawkins and Love Alive.
Come on, Doc. Come on, Doc.
I opened up the book, and because I could read, I'm literally playing the intro to Change. Wow. Y'all remember the intro to Change? Dun, dun, ba, da, ba, da, da. And it was written the same way. I mean, they wrote it really good. And so then I learned something. I learned that they can't write feeling and vibe and texture and anointing. They couldn't write that. So I had to figure out, well, it's not written like I hear on the record. So I had to figure out all that stuff. And me figuring it all out was taking my lessons, learning all these chords and structure. And I knew it, but they had names, and the jazz taught me the names, and it was all that. And then I started really getting serious about my walk with Christ and relationship. I'm a preteen at this point, and then my godfather, who was very influential in my life, told me to start writing songs.
Who's your godfather?
You won't even know him, but he's a big wig in the AME church. Russell Thomas Hill, and he was a big famous choir director in the AME church. He said, son, next week you're going to teach a song. So I'm thinking, okay, just tell me which one it was.
Yeah.
Your song that you write.
And which one was that?
I said, you mean you want me to write a song and then teach it next week? Wow. He said, yes. That was on a Saturday. So I had 7 days. So there was no homework done that week. I'm on the piano. I'm writing lyrics with melody, figuring out where the harmony's going to go. By this time, I'm 14. The song was called We Exalt Thee. Never released it. I may wake it up again. And it was called We Exalt Thee. And, teenagers are real. So I started teaching it. And the choir loved it. They started going crazy. And I was like, oh, this songwriting thing, I could actually do this. I'm going to do this. So we got older. Started a group called the TP Mobb.
But before we get to the TP Mobb, Dr. Joe.
Okay.
There's some other things that we got to cover now.
Okay, go ahead.
Is there Friendship Baptist Church?
I'll let you do it.
Is there some other aggregations that you were a part of? Let's talk about TP Mobb.
Yeah. So thank you. That's so good, because most people just want to talk about that era, but there is a pre-TP Mobb. Thank you for asking that. So I'm in church. I'm the young kid that can play. By this time, I was a child prodigy. I could play. I could kill. I'm on the piano, so everybody wanted me to play for them, churches and what have you. So I was playing for community choirs, and I got a gig at the Claremont colleges. They needed a gospel choir director. I'm 15, and I could teach because my godfather was a teacher, and I just learned from him. And so I'm teaching 18 to 22-year-olds when I'm 15. I remember it was a Saturday morning class at the Claremont colleges. And I sat there on the piano. The kids, they were kids to me. They were older adults. They came in and they're waiting for their teacher. And so when the class started at 11 o'clock, I go, hello, my name is Brent. I'm going to be your teacher. They were like, but you're a kid. Yeah, but I kind of know what I'm doing. So I started playing. They were like, oh. And then I started teaching. And they were like, oh, he really knows what he's doing. And so,
surprise, huh?
It hit, man. And that grooming process, and see, that's what I don't see a lot of now. I'm not going to get off on a tangent, but all of that was grooming me, getting me ready.
But it's
for the preparation. Yes.
We need
mentors. And so, these 18 to 22-year-olds respected me because I knew what I was doing.
Hi, Eric Maurice Clark here, sharing ways that you can support Gospel Diaries. First and foremost, thank you so much for your interest in this platform, and let's support every artist that appears on this program. All right, so we do have a magazine. It's entitled The Gospel Music Gazette, and you can obtain a copy by going to ericmauriceclark.com. That will help us share and help spread our purpose here at Gospel Diaries. Also, you can donate by way of Zelle, CashApp, or traditionally through mail. We do appreciate you, and as I always say, love on someone and you will change your life. Bye.
Hallelujah. Holy Spirit, come on. Lift your hands in this place. We welcome you. Yes, yes, yeah. Come on. Build me up, build me up, build me up, build me up, build me up. Yeah. We bless you. Yes, sir. Yeah. And we are.
I kind of left the whole AME thing and started being a part of the Baptist church.
Okay.
And that was huge. That was huge because the AMEs thought that they were losing somebody, and the Baptists thought, we gaining this, this little boy that can play.
Right.
And I started being introduced to more of the Hawkins, more of just gospel. I grew up in Pasadena. Then my family moved to Orange County, California. And so we didn't have all the stations they had in Los Angeles.
And plus you were AME.
Yeah.
AME has a whole different liturgical practice.
Especially on the West Coast.
Exactly, okay.
West Coast is very conservative.
Yes, sir.
On the East Coast, AME is Pentecostal, trust. But on the West Coast, it was very Methodist. There's a method.
And we pay homage to your Bishop Richard Allen.
Richard Allen, of course.
Go ahead.
And so everything was a method, and the doxology was what we would call praise and worship now. But the doxology, praise God from whom all blessings flow, that was a song, and we just kind of sang it. It wasn't a big spiritual moment, but it was a moment nonetheless. But it prepared me to be disciplined in how I taught, the way that I taught, what I demanded from my choirs when I taught. My godfather was a great teacher. And so he passed in 1990. And so I was kind of like just out there, and I was like, so then this very popular Baptist church in Orange County, they wanted Brent Jones. Okay. So they wanted me to play and be over a choir. So I did that, and it was cool, young adult choir. But then the adult choir, but we want him too. Can he play for us every now and then, whatever. And that was the Friendship Baptist Church.
Wow, so your future was shaping before your very eyes. Did you realize that you would be in this long term?
I wanted to be.
Okay.
I wanted to be. I mean, I wanted to be an R&B artist.
But before you go there, now, what role model in the gospel industry did you have to look up?
Beside my godfather, Russell Thomas Hill, it was this guy from North Carolina,
John P.
south of the county line.
Wait.
He brought his singers and his band to my little city, and his name was John P. Key.
I knew you was talking about John P. Okay.
And I sat there and I watched him from the time he drove up into the parking lot.
Wow, okay.
Getting out of his tour bus, hitting the stage, doing sound check with Nietzsche Waller.
Wow.
And the band.
Yeah.
They were on stage for 3 hours.
Wow.
And I never sat down. It was like the greatest thing that ever happened in my life. I could not stop clapping, praising, crying, whatever spiritually was happening in the room, I was soaking it all up. And Pastor John P. Key was having so much fun. And I'm thinking to myself, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Right.
Are you kidding me? I wanted to drop out of school and move to North Carolina just to sing tenor in the New Life Community Choir. A choir master. You know, when you think of choir master, you think of Ricky Dillard and, Hez and even Donald Lawrence. John P. Key, ladies and gentlemen, was the first choir master to me. I didn't even speak to him that night. I was just in awe. To me, he was my Michael Jackson. I was a Keith Pringle fan.
Yes, sir.
Keith Pringle to me was Michael Jackson. I mean, Lord have mercy.
Yes, sir.
Keith Pringle and PCC.
Yes,
And remember, this is before social media, before cell phones. I was in Orange County. They were in LA. That's a world apart. And I remember when I was 16 years old, I got my license and my parents bought me a car and I drove to see Keith Pringle in Long Beach. I got there an hour early before everybody and I'm just sitting in the back. And I remember Keith Pringle walking down the aisle in church, getting ready just for the concert, just no pretense. And I froze because I wanted to say something, but I froze. I couldn't get my mind together. Anyway, later on that night, PCC's on stage killing. Oh my God, killing. Keith Pringle sat in one seat like this and he, "Thou will keep you in." And when that choir came in on Perfect Peace, I could have, that was heaven for me. I'm thinking, if I don't get to go to heaven, I'm in heaven right now. Oh my God. So after the John P. Key, this guy got a speak for him. So after the John P. Key experience, I need a group. I want a group that I can teach my songs and my vibe and my interpretation of songs. I need a group. I started passing out flyers. The Total Praise Singers.
Wow, so that's what TP Mobb.
That's what TP stands for.
Total praise. Wow.
I remember I had my first audition and I wanted, on the flyer, it said looking for performers, singers. Notice I said performers.
I like that.
Performers, singers, dancers, and something else. But it wasn't a cry out to just typical gospel singers. I didn't want that. I wanted people that can really take over the stage and really light it up and all that. So we had an audition. Over 100 people came. It was like American Idol before American Idol. And people came, they sang. I let them sing 30 seconds, and I said, okay, I want you to. It was in the 90s, so show me your latest dance move, whatever that was. I wanted to see it. And so from that, I gathered these group of people that the world calls a TP Mobb, but it was called the Total Praise Singers because I wasn't as bold. Mobb came when a guy that used to manage me, he came to the first rehearsal. He said, "Brent, you're going to have to change the name. This is not the Total Praise Singers.
Right.
That's so safe.
Right.
You're going to have to give them some kind of a swaggy name." Because, we were all performers. We did all the latest dance steps. Our fashion was very 90s, hip-hop, urban. All my girls looked like Mary J. Blige. All my guys looked like Jodeci. So it was like the.
Was there any fear, like this fashion trend that you're sending?
Everybody wanted to sing with me.
But still,
in the city.
the church, though, the church can be very.
I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
The pastors had a meeting. Don't let none of your young people sing with Brent Jones. Santa Ana, California, they had the Ministerial Alliance. Don't nobody let your young people, first of all, don't let your young people. What's that about? Anyways, I was the enemy. I sent a letter to all of the churches. I'm doing this. I'm Brent Jones. I'm getting ready to start a choir. I would love for your young people to be involved. I feel like I really did the right thing, but they wasn't having it. Because we was radical. I mean, we did choreography rehearsal.
Yes.
I was teaching songs that didn't particularly talk about pick me up, turn me around, place my feet on solid ground. And we got popular in the city. The 20-year-olds and younger loved us. Oh my God, they loved us. And we got on stage and we did our thing. And so my manager was like, Brent, we got to change the name. So I said, okay, TP Crew, TP Posse, or Arsenio Hall, at the Posse.
Yeah.
TP, we went calling off everything. And we got to Mob, and I liked it. It was one syllable. I looked it up in the Webster's Dictionary, and it said a group of unruly people. Yeah, that's what we are.
Yeah. So we're talking.
And the pastors, oh my God, they were driving past. There was one pastor that allowed us to rehearse at his church for two times. We rehearsed on Monday. I forgot what it's called. But Pastor Van Robinson was his name. Santa Ana, California. He's gone on to be the Lord now. But he allowed us to rehearse in the church twice. And then he came and he said, Brent, they're giving me too much flack. I don't know if I can allow you to do this anymore. Now let's just talk about that. We're all 20-year-olds, and you're mad at us because we're doing something that's positive.
Yeah.
When I think about it now that I'm a grown man, shame on you.
Yes, sir.
Shame on you.
They could have derailed you. But thank God for your tenacity, for your perseverance.
We kept on going.
Yes,
we wanted to sing. We didn't care where we sang.
Yeah.
We weren't charging nothing.
Yes,
we just wanted to be out in the public and do what we do. And then I wrote a little song based off of a group from Atlanta, girl group. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. Escape B.
Bring you peace.
Yes. So I flipped it. Escape said, party on down to the Escape B. I said, he's the only one that can give you peace.
Yes, sir.
So Good Time was birthed.
We're gonna be all right.
Everything's gonna be all right. And so then a label signed us.
What label was that?
They were called Holy Roller Entertainment.
Okay.
And that's a whole nother story in itself. But anyway, well, we got to do a video. Okay, sure. That video was so popular, it was added just like a mainstream record. We were being played on R&B stations. We were being videos being shown on Video Soul, all those little video things back in the 90s. And I remember when Monica didn't get her video added because our video was added. So it was we kind of was some controversial stuff.
So how did this feel like? The way it sounds is that you're in the church, but then again you're hobnobbing in a sense with the secular arena. So how did that make you feel? Did you feel out of place, or did you feel like you were making a purpose move?
I felt like it was my purpose. But here's the thing. Everyone thought I was just doing TP Mobb. No one knew that every Sunday I'm standing in front of a church choir.
Oh, okay.
I'm standing in front of a church choir, directing, leading praise and worship, and doing what a minister of music does at the Friendship Baptist Church in Yorba Linda, California. And so no one knew that side of me. And I hated that because everyone just thought I was just the TP Mobber guy. I liked it in a sense, but then when I wanted to be included in other things, They didn't think I could do that. They only think I could kick off the shoes and relax your feet. And then I messed around and wrote Don't Wait Till Midnight.
Man.
So, and then I had a secular artist who was nothing more than a church girl who sang in Hezekiah Walker's choir, Cheryl Coco Gamble. And then everybody just thought all I did was R&B.
Was there any trepidation when you thought about calling Coco? What did you have any second thought?
Coco's voice was the only voice I heard.
Ah, okay.
The label that I was on at the time, I left the first label and we went to EMI Gospel.
EMI. You all was with Lamar Campbell. Shout out to Lamar Campbell. Okay.
Love you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Oh my God.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, so EMI Gospel, which is now Motown, they were trying to rent, who is Coco? Because, you know, they're strictly gospel. I said, she's the voice that I wrote this song for. Because I heard SWV and I'm like, who is that singing lead? That high soprano, fast vibrato. I said, I want to be a part of that world. And they were like, well, Bernard, maybe we can do, you know, Karen Clark, maybe Dorinda. They were trying to say, and I love, you know, those are my, oh my God, those are my girls. Oh, yeah. But I wanted Coco because there's a sound and a vibe that I wanted. And it wasn't for a Sunday morning. Don't Wait Till Midnight was not written for a Sunday morning experience.
What was it written for?
It was written for the message. Don't wait till you get in trouble to call on Jesus. That was the message. Because why? You say that you love me, can't live without me, then why do you call me only when you need me? It was a conversation that God was having with me.
Yes, sir.
With me. You know? And so I had to, so the label gave me what I wanted because of the success of Good Time. They were like, okay, the boy sells some records, so let him go and have his way. Coco was in a play. She came to LA. I talked to her people. We worked out the deal. I picked her up from the airport. I was starstruck. We went to that studio and Coco killed. You hear it? She killed.
How many takes was it?
Well, she thought it was going to be a short session. It ended up being about 7 hours.
What?
Yeah. Ace of Alex Ward from Kansas City.
Okay, yeah.
He produced it, and you know he's a stickler for every little note got to be right. And he produced Coco. He produced the heck out of her. Yeah. And so yeah, it was a moment for me. And so when the mix came to me, I was like, I cried. I was like, this is exactly what I wanted. Don't wait till midnight. Don't wait till midnight. I wanted silence. I don't want no drum roll. I don't want no keyboard thing. Midnight silence. When there is no sunshine, silence.
Silence.
You are, and then lay into it.
Yes, sir. Beautiful.
And then I wanted it to be very reflective. You say that you love me, can't live without me. Why do you call me? Only when you need me. I wanted that message to be driven in, you know. So when the radio got a hold of that, R&B radio got a hold of that, they would play R. Kelly and Usher and Brent Jones and TV Live.
Dr. Brent Jones, we got some more work to do.
Yes, sir.
We're going to take a quick little break. But before we go on this break, there's been some controversial talk about gospel music being stale.
Oh, let me get started. We got to talk about that later because I got to go to work tonight.
Yes, sir.
But
that note, I just want Gospel Diaries. I want you all to remember that there is nothing stale about the message of Jesus Christ. And we'll be right back. Hi, Eric Maurice Clark here, sharing ways that you can support Gospel Diaries. First and foremost, thank you so much for your interest in this platform, and let's support every artist that appears on this program. All right, so we do have a magazine. It's entitled The Gospel Music Gazette, and you can obtain a copy by going to ericmauriceclark.com. That will help us share and help spread our purpose here at Gospel Diaries. Also, you can donate by way of Zelle, CashApp, or traditionally through mail. We do appreciate you, and as I always say, love on someone and you will change your life. Bye. What's going on? We're in Phoenix, Arizona. This is Greater Progressive Christian Church, pastored by Pastor Chris Ransom, and they have a very special event going on this weekend. It's a workshop. The legendary Brent Jones, don't tell nobody, he's here and he's conducting the workshop. And this is an amazing situation that's going on. So check out the event flyer here. And guess what? This is going to be part 2 to our interview. So come with me. We're going into the church. Come on. What's going on, Gospel Diaries? Listen, you all are in for a treat. This is an exclusive look inside the workings of this program that has featured the legendary Brent Jones. And I'm so honored to be with two Phoenix pastors that are doing the work here in the community. Beautiful building, beautiful vibe. I mean, you just feel welcome when you come into play. I texted him. I literally texted him and told him thank you for the friendly spirit and the hospitality that you approach when you come here to this church, or that you receive when you come to this church. But I'm talking about none other than Pastor Chris Ransom and his beautiful wife. Praise the Lord. How y'all doing?
We're doing great.
I'm happy to be here.
Yes.
Thank y'all for allowing me to come.
Welcome.
Yeah, so we're here about an event that you all are having here with Brent Jones. Tell us a little bit about the event.
Well, we have our camp meeting. It's our second time doing it. Last year, Brent Jones put on a phenomenal concert last year, and we thought it would be wise to bring them back again this year.
Okay.
And so that's why we got them here. The camp meeting, the whole soul of the camp meeting is to get people on fire for God.
That's your heart.
That's my heart.
Okay. Now, how did you get the opportunity to collaborate with Brent Jones?
Well, last year we would honestly we would planning on bringing some gospel artists in, and I've been a big fan of Brent Jones since the '90s with the TP Mobb.
Yes, sir.
You know what that song?
Good Time. Good Time. Or
Good Time, and then Don't Wait Until Midnight.
Yes,
That was with Coco. You know, from that WV. You know, so been in love with him. My first concert. I saw him in. I was actually, before I married my wife, I say before my wife. I was on a date and I took her out to the Brent Jones concert, and I fell in love with Brent Jones.
I love it. Yeah. Now, what can the people that experience this concert, Sunday, what do you want them to take away from this event?
That old school feel of church.
Okay.
I want to go back to where the Azusa Street revival, where the Holy Ghost came in and the power of God coming in, just pouring down, and people experiencing God for their personal experience with Him. And that's really the whole content of the conference of the Consuming Fire, is for people to experience God. Like last night when Betsy goes and everybody was poured out on the floor praising and worshiping God, and that's what we trying to go back to the basics of what built the church in the first place.
Now, I would like for your wife to speak here. I really want to know what has God placed on your heart for the city of Phoenix in this time that we're in.
I think this is a time of revival, a time for us to be drawn back to Christ. Being from California and growing up in the church, I've seen, where we've cast out demons. We've healed the blind and the lame were walking. And so for us here at Greater, we want our ministry to be a ministry not only of deliverance, but of healing. And so setting up shop right here in the heart of Phoenix, downtown where we are located, I think we have a ministry that does that. We draw in a lot of homeless, and they're being delivered, and they're coming and they're attending, and we're baptizing. Last year we baptized 26 souls. Jesus. Whether you stay or go, I think my husband we did our part. And one thing we want to make sure is that there's a safe place here for people to come and fellowship and worship God in trueness.
Wow. Spirit in here, like the music is out there. I'm so inspired sitting here. I'm just glad to be in the house of the Lord. I'm just so happy right now. I mean, I'm bursting with joy. Thank you for this moment in Jesus' name. Is there anything else you all want to tell to the world?
Amen. If you're ever in the Phoenix area, please come by and see us. We're at 1529 West McDowell Street, right across from the Phoenix State Fair. We would love to love on you here at Greater Progressive Christian Center.
She said it all best. Again, thank you for having us, and thank you for coming here. And we just really hope that God continue to bless you.
Thank you, thank
Amen.
you, thank you. And on that note, we're gonna go get some footage from the workshop choir, and we'll see you guys later. Thank you all for watching. What's going on, Gospel Diaries? Listen, we are back. Yesterday, we got into an amazing conversation with the legendary Mr. Brent Jones. Pastor Brent. Are you still pastoring?
Not pastoring, no.
Okay. But were you ever pastoring?
I did for a minute. There was a little church situation and they needed some help. And so I kind of stepped in for a minute. About 18 months I did that.
Because actually you have an album where you're just doing like bits and pieces of sermons.
Preaching,
okay. So listen, we had a wonderful time talking about your music and your journey.
Yes, sir.
But today I kind of want to dive a little deeper and go into your music, the state of gospel music, and talk about something that you shared with us yesterday.
Okay.
So first and foremost, you're very vocal when it comes to, people say they listen to this music, this is R&B, gospel, or whatnot, but you wouldn't believe that I'm behind the choir on Sunday morning. I'm behind the choir on Sunday. So to let you know that you're very passionate about gospel music, and it has an influence on you. So let's talk about the state of gospel music. Is gospel music stale? Is it old-fashioned? Talk about gospel music. What is your perspective of gospel music today?
Well, I come with two different mindsets. When I came into this industry, I came in very urban. I was using a sample from the Isley Brothers, and then I put my Sunday morning spin on it. It was called Good Time. I was using a hook from Escape. Y'all remember the girl group Escape? Kick off your shoes. So gospel music at that particular time. Then my second single was with another R&B artist. To me, gospel music is the foundation of all of that I did. I don't care how urban it was. It was gospel, the good news, and then the style of music, R&B mixed with Sunday morning. I love mixing the two vibes together. It's good music. It's black music. It's our music.
Yes, it is.
It's our music.
Yes, it is.
So in the last several weeks, there's been a lot of talk from a gentleman, no shade, but shade, who said gospel music, the state of gospel music is dead, and it was dead, it's been dead a long time, and da-da-da-da-da. So let's do some research. 85% of the black churches in America still have a choir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
85%.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I am an artist in residence at the largest black church in the country. People don't know the largest black church in the country is actually Triumph in Detroit, Michigan. 40,000 members. I'm not talking about on the roll. I'm talking about that you see. 9 different campuses, about to be 10 different campuses. Each one of those campuses have 3 to 4 services a week. Pastor Solomon Kinlock, who's running for mayor. I rock with Kinlock. Anyway, shameless plug, I had to. I'm not from Detroit. I just know the history of Detroit musically. This church has 40,000 members, a 200-voice choir. Musically speaking, we love us. They allow me to come in there with that choir and we jam. We church every time we get on that stage. We are churching. We doing contemporary. We doing traditional. I always do a throwback. Every time I hit the stage with my choir, I always do a throwback. The last time I was just there, last week, our throwback was changed by Walter Hawkins.
Okay.
I think the time I was there before, the throwback was Get Up If You're on the Lord's Side.
Come on, Timothy
Wright.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And these people are going crazy because we do a throwback. Yeah, we do Brent Jones jams and they love it. They love Brent Jones. When I do that throwback, I get these mothers of the church come up to me afterwards and pulling me on my shirt. Baby, I ain't heard that song in so long. Thank you for making that song life to me today. Gospel music is alive. The Grammy Awards wants black gospel music. Japan, I was just on tour in Japan last year. They want gospel music. They want black gospel music. They don't want CCM. Yeah, sorry. They don't want it. And I'm not here to diss anybody that's in the CCM space. Chandler Moore is amazing. His father is amazing. Chandler Moore's daddy is a Pentecostal pastor who was an artist, and Bishop Moore, and you know, so Chandler's foundation is even gospel. So when you get on a national platform and you say, don't nobody want to hear runs anymore, and then you get on social media and all these Gen Zers are trying to do runs that Karen Clark and Dorinda Clark have been doing for over 40 years. That's insulting to me and all of our genre. How dare you? Don't nobody want to hear choir music anymore? Why does the largest black church insist on having Brent Jones come? They bring me in. I don't live in Detroit. They bring me in as an artist to do choir music. Why am I shouting?
Because it's not dead.
It's not dead.
Anything that's dead ought to be buried.
It ought to be buried. So we do choir music. We are proud of who we are as black people, what we've contributed to this country. Are you serious? When the big black migration in the 40s, when they went to Chicago and Detroit and St. Louis, they did gospel music to keep people encouraged and inspired to keep living, to keep pushing through, because we were still pushing through. We weren't slaves, but we were still pushing through. So no, it's not dead. The Clark sisters are not dead. Walter Hawkins music, Edwin Hawkins music is not dead. Choir music, Milton Brunson and the Thompson Community Choir, Hezekiah Walker, Ricky Dillard. Are you saying that it's dead? Really? That statement was quite ignorant. Quite ignorant. You must not have done any research. No research. You know, because 85% of the churches in this country is still doing black gospel music, and they love it.
Yeah, and you know, I always put it like this: like sometimes we speak outside of our, you know, our familiarity, because like in his area, maybe he don't see the choir, but the choir has its place, and it's not going anywhere. It has never went anywhere. And just to piggyback off it, I just want you all to know that the CCM market came about roughly in 1980, and that was introduced by the Dove Awards. It needed to categorize this music that was an offspring of Southern gospel, because in the 70s you had the Jesus People movement, and they ushered this corporate type of sound. You had country, you know, all sorts of different elements in this music that was non-black in Southern churches. So they had to find a market. So CCM, they did not even title CCM to roughly 1980.
Right.
But Brother Brent,
yes, sir,
we must go here. Last night you shared something that was very shocking. In the choir rehearsal, man, I hope I don't cry. I'm an emotional person.
Me too.
And you've been this beacon of inspiration to the world, and now you're in a state where your life is changing before the very people that you have served for so many years. So at this moment, I ask you to share what you can with your supporters and your fans about your health journey right now.
Yeah. So back in February, I got a diagnosis that I had cancer, and my life just stopped. It was like, oh my God. So that was on the West Coast. I got my doctor on the West Coast, and so I decided to get another opinion on the East Coast, and this was really the first opinion. On the East Coast, because I was touring a lot over there, and I needed this tumor on the side of my face. You guys see it. I have not had a stroke. Did not have a stroke. This tumor I got when I was 14 years old, it was benign. The doctor said it will probably come back, but it was benign. But they did not have the verbiage back then to know that the tumor is called precancerous. Those tumors were precancerous tumors. So now it's back. It's shown up with cancer. I feel fine. This tumor does not hurt, but it makes my face dead on the right side. It kind of pulls over here, and I have to really concentrate to articulate because I love the English language and I love to articulate because I teach my choirs how to articulate. But anyway, I feel amazing. I have energy like never before. I've changed my diet. I'm completely plant-based only. I'm a vegan, I guess. Everybody in LA is a vegan, but I'm really one. And I start my treatments next week. And my oncologist told me that, Mr. Jones, you will not have to do chemotherapy.
Wow.
And I just laid out on the floor. Okay. And this thing is scary, y'all. I mean, I have an amazing wife that is right by my side. She takes all the notes because I'm like a deer in headlights when I'm in that doctor's office. I just go numb and I just be listening. But she's taking all the notes. I'll be in a couple of drugs. They told me my side effects will probably be I'll get fatigued sometime. She says, my oncologist said, Mr. Jones, just take a nap. Guess what? I always need a nap because I'm always working. So a scary time. But when I tell you I'm speaking the word over my life,
yes,
my wife reminds me daily, baby, what word have you spoken over your situation? Lay hands on that tumor
yes,
and begin to speak life into your situation. Call out those things that don't belong in your body. I mean, you know, my wife is, oh God. So that's what I've been doing, y'all. There are moments in the day where I get like, oh my God, I have cancer. Every morning when I wake up and I go look at my face, I go, oh my God, it's still there. I'm singing, I'm teaching, I'm touring, I'm not in any pain, I'm good. So what I suggest, whatever you're going through, know that you have purpose. God has called you for something, and he's going to work the good things with the bad things all out for our good. So he's going to take this cancer situation and work it out for my good. I believe that.
Oh, yeah.
And I think you mentioned some song I did, said fear and faith
They don't
can't live together.
Watch yourself.
You so churchy. You so churchy. But yeah, so Brent Jones has cancer. Yes, you can tell the world he has cancer, but cancer doesn't have me. You know what I say? Cancer doesn't have me. I'm walking by faith, but I'm also doing the work. I've changed my diet lifestyle. I'm working out. I've always worked out, but working out every day even more with more intentional and meaningful workouts. I'm self-conscious about my face. I've been telling you, I don't want the people to see me look like this. Oh my God. Anyway, y'all see me, right? And I'm here. And God is going to heal me. He is going to rescue me. He is going to elevate my ministry even more. Because see, I write songs about healing, but I've never had to be healed. Now, okay, I don't even have to say it.
Wait for this album to come out.
Right. I don't even have to say it. So, yes, I'm self-conscious about the way I look, but all of that is secondary, and that's some vainglory anyway. I don't even need to work out to exist in that. But I'm here, and I'm in this weekend. I'm in Phoenix. And I got an amazing group of singers.
Now, since we're on this segment about your health,
yes.
Now, do you have any kids?
I have a daughter.
A daughter. Yeah. What's her name?
Her name is Darian. Okay. She's a songwriter, singer, songwriter. She doesn't do gospel, but she's a pop R&B neo soul girl, and she's dope. Ooh, she's a songwriter. I didn't know that she was listening. I didn't know that she took my pointers on songwriting, but she did. And she's amazing. She has stuff on all the streaming platforms. Her name is Darian, Darian Janelle. Darian Janelle. Go listen to her stuff. It's dope.
Yeah. Go here before we go. We got to talk about your music. So you started. Okay, so you went to Ty Scott Record roughly. What was it? 08?
08-ish. Yeah.
So walk us through that journey. How were you introduced to Ty Scott Record?
Well, Ty Scott was a great situation. Brian Scott I was in between labels. There's a whole bunch of backstory before Ty Scott. I got out of a bad situation with a manager, not a label, but with a manager. I was on a great label, but with a manager. And I didn't want to be on a label anymore. And I should have just kept walking in that area because I'm an independent artist now. But I was scared because back then it wasn't cool to be an independent artist. It was not cool in the early 2000s to be saying that you were an independent artist. That was not the thing. Now everybody wants to be an independent artist. And my manager at the time introduced me to the execs over at Ty Scott, and I had the record was kind of done, and they heard it. They were like, "This is some of the greatest music of all time." You know, what do we do? And it was my last TP Mobb album.
Yes, sir.
You know, but we had big songs like "Cry Holy."
Yes, sir.
Heaven in the Room.
But what's amazing about that record, the cover of that record, it shows that you're going to give a different side of you completely throughout that album.
It was called The Ultimate Weekend. So there was music for Friday night, there was music for Saturday, music for Saturday night, and then we ended the record with music for Sunday morning. You know, so holy, holy, hey, God Almighty, mighty, So all those hits.
Brent,
yes.
Now it seems like after 2008, you're moving towards now sounding more
Sunday morning.
So
Right.
what invokes this change? Because you got instead of complaining,
nothing else matters.
Nothing else matters. Well, every CD from that point on, it's just like we're churching now.
Well, right. It was 2014 where I kind of got the idea. I said, these people don't know that Brent Jones does church.
Okay.
They didn't know.
Okay.
So I did a song called He Rose. That's the biggest Easter song ever.
Yes, sir.
This is a song that I did with my church choir. You know, it was a song I did with my church choir, and it just blew up to something. And I joined forces with a label per se, but it was more of a distribution deal. And James Robertson, JDI.
I was going to ask you because we need to know how you got the JDI.
Yeah. James Roberson said, Brent, this song right here is going to change your career. And I'm thinking, okay, because I wasn't working as much. People weren't calling me to do the TP Mobbish things except for youth things. I wasn't being called to do adult things. Well, He Rose hit the airwaves, and oh my God, that's Brent Jones. The same Brent Jones who did "Don't Wait Till Midnight" and "Good Time." And same one. Because while y'all thought I was just being cool, I'm Sunday morning in a choir robe, you know? So He Rose came out and people started wanting gospel music from me. Sunday morning gospel music from me. Open your mouth and say something. That was a song that TP Mobb used to warm up on. And JDI said, Brent, this is what we got to do. We got to keep on putting them out. So they know that you do Sunday morning. And y'all, the rest is kind of history. Now, it's the lane that I'm in. And you know what my most favorite thing to do are not concerts, but workshops. What I'm doing here in Phoenix. Teaching singers. Some are good, some are not as good, but getting them all together and teaching. And then getting those songs together and we do a concert together. I love that because I feel like I'm pouring into them as opposed to just doing a concert and getting off the stage and going back to the green room, you know? So that's the lane that I'm in. God has me in this amazing lane. I toured Japan last year. I did a workshop in Osaka, and we did a workshop in Tokyo.
Now, are you bilingual? What's going on?
No,
they just going over there.
They hire me an interpreter. I talk and they interpret and they sing.
All right.
You know, my Japanese choir are amazing. The Faith Mass Choir minister. His name goes crazy in my mind right now, but he's a great leader. My new song is called "Praise in the Choir Stand."
My God,
we got to get the praise back in the choir stand. I don't care. Get that choir back. I love you, praise team, but you need to be a part of the choir. Soprano, altos, and tenors. Get them back in the choir stand.
Now I must ask you, as a gospel artist, Now, do you write for popularity or do you write for play? Now, I'm gonna interject for a moment.
Yeah.
For me personally, I don't see anything wrong with writing for radio play. I don't see anything wrong for writing for popularity as long as there's a positive message in the music. So my question to you: do you write for popularity or do you write for radio play at all?
I think that's a great question. I think I write. I'm a songwriter, so I love good songs. So I write to have a good song.
Okay.
Now, if it gets to be popular and it gets radio play, great. But I write good songs.
Okay.
That's all I'm thinking about. I'm not thinking about if it's going to be radio play or popularity. I just believe if you write a good song, that's where you start. Then you have to promote your good song. And when you promote it, people they gravitate to it and they go, yeah. And then it becomes a radio hit as well. So I like to write good songs.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Now listen, you're getting ready to do a workshop here.
Yes.
So we're going to release you so you do your duties.
Choir director and a minister of music at the church. We wanted to hear the latest Ricky Dillard song so we could teach it to our choir.
Okay.
We wanted to hear the latest Hezekiah Walker song so we could teach it to our choir. We wanted to hear the latest John V. Key. We wanted to hear the latest Richard Smallwood. We wanted to hear so we could teach it to our choir. So any of those albums, favorite albums? Oh my God.
You remember Gabrielle Hardiman?
Yes.
You remember Benny Cummins?
I do. I remember the name. Never met them.
Okay.
But I remember those names. There's a song that I'm getting ready to bring to my choir from the Clark sisters. It's one of the hottest choir songs that you could ever do. But the Clark sisters did it first.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you work with the Clark sisters?
Oh my God.
Have you worked with them?
I never worked with them. I've been Dorinda's having Dorinda used to do a conference, and I did her conference one year. But outside of that, no, I've been to Karen and Bishop Sheard's church. And ministered, but I've never worked with them. But oh my God,
I feel like an old Baptist preacher. You know, Baptist say I'm closing.
Yeah.
I must mention this. I wish I would let this back to the drawing board. Oh my Lord. Listen, that song you gave it to LA Mass.
LA Mass. David Daughtry led it,
and then you end up recording it.
Yeah.
Talk about the song, sir.
Well, the song it's a very R&B vibe. You know, it says, "I apologize for doing you wrong when you do me so right." So just the opening line alone, is this a gospel song? I want to be right. I know you don't think so, but I really do. What?
Yes.
But then it says, "One more chance is all I need." Take me back, dear Lord. Take me back to that place where I had my passion again. That's what the song is all about. Sometimes you get in a rut and you lose your passion. Back to the drawing board said, hey, strip down. Strip back down. Go back to the simple stuff. You know, back to the drawing board, starting all over again. God allows U-turns. He allows you to start all over again. And so LA Mass recorded it, and 2 albums ago, maybe 3 albums ago, I decided, you know what, this song kind of was a jam. I'm gonna do it the way I want to do it, and so we did it again. And one of my biggest requested songs ever. Yeah, still.
Yeah, and I want to give a shout out to Donald Taylor. Donald Taylor,
yes.
Thank you for your contributions to gospel music. That's when you blessed me and all those songs.
Yes.
So we love you. I want to make sure that we talked about that song because that was actually the title.
You know your word. You know this one right here. Let me tell you, he ain't playing. He knows his gospel history. Yes, he does. Yes.
Well, Brent, can I please shake your hand one more time?
Oh, come on now.
Listen, I must have this surreal moment, man. It's amazing how the Lord provides. He works things out. I remember as a child watching you on TV.
Wow.
Never in a million years would I imagine that I'd be sitting here talking with you. So this moment right here is surreal for me, and I really cherish it. I'm just grateful to be in this place where I can actually talk to you and learn from. And you got it. When did the TP start? Because you never gave a date. Because I've seen newspaper articles from dating back to 1994.
Yeah, TP Mobb started June 1992.
92. Okay.
We did our first record.
Was it 99?
99.
Okay.
That was good time. The first record. And but yeah. So what I want to offer to you, sir, because you're kind of on the West Coast. On November the 1st, I'm doing a big show back in California.
Okay.
In the Inland Empire in San Bernardino. Okay. I want you to come. You're going to be on my special guest. I'm going to fly you there. I want you to cover the whole concert. It's going to be me and my new choir, the Best Life Choir. And I want you to cover the whole story and do what you do as a journalist. And I would love to have you and host you and all of that stuff. I think it's going to be you get to see my new babies, if you will. I call them all my babies. All my new nieces and nephews on stage doing praise in the choir stand, and we're gonna do the old hits and all that stuff. But I would love for you to be there.
You so much.
Yeah, man.
Listen, we've had a wonderful episode. I'm ready to hear some gospel. Gospel music is liberating to me.
Yeah.
It ain't stale. It's not old fashioned. Listen, when I get in a rut, when I'm down, when I'm crying, oh my God, I'm dying. I put on a song and listen to those lyrics. It just takes the pain away.
Yeah.
Gospel music is alive.
Yeah.
God will keep you in perfect peace if you keep your mind stable. And on that note, as I always say, love on someone and change your life. We'll see you guys later. Bye. Tell the people bye.
Peace, y'all.
All right.